Hi, Smart News. I have a real news story from real life to talk to you about. It has to do with our economy and what you can buy right now, what you can't, and why it matters. So here's the story. This weekend, I went through a drive-through with my kids, and as I'm looking at the drive-through menu, there's a little sign that says, because of whatever reason, there might not be certain items on the menu, chicken items. So I thought, wait, I've heard about this chicken shortage before. Like, what's actually still happening now? Turns out there's a lot happening in the chicken market. There's been all sorts of disruptions, everything from not enough chickens produced to labor shortages to COVID affecting certain poultry plants. This has happened periodically over the last several months. And guess what? Demand has come up. And so there's often not enough supply to meet demand. But it's not just chicken. What this is really about is a phenomenon that's happening in our economy right now. I want you to think to yourself, what happens when you slam on the brakes in your car and then slam on the gas, right? It takes you a little while to slow down and it takes you a little while to speed up. And that's what's happening with the economy right now. But there's also another factor, which is demand. So we slowed the economy way down last year. Now we're picking up and things are kind of going back to normal, but no one really knows what normal is. So for example, at a certain point in the pandemic, I hate to confess this, but it's probably true that I had, 5, 6, 7, 10 boxes of frozen chicken nuggets in my freezer. Could have happened. I don't know the exact number. The question is, for the chicken producer, am I a customer that's always going to have 10 boxes in my fridge? And is that what they have to produce to? Or am I a customer that regularly only needs like 2 to 3 boxes? And that's what they need to produce because they don't want oversupply. So we're seeing this in a lot of different industries. American Airlines, for example, just shut down a couple of its flights, kind of skimmed off some of its flights for the next month, because they're trying to respond to sudden demand and not really having the labor to keep up with it. So they're trying to figure it out. So there's just a lot of adjustment that's happening in the economy right now. It's expressing itself in really strange ways. So yes, you might see signs as you go into restaurants or drive-thrus saying that there's certain items that may not be available, and that's actually really happening. So it's not just that the items may not be available, there may be a problem with getting those items actually to the restaurant and an issue with transportation or expenses. So we're in an interesting adjustment period. Hold on tight for this. Is this any reason why you should go out and buy extra just in case? Be careful with that. That's one of the reasons why the economy is sort of in this bumpy period. Again, we just don't know what true, real demand is going to look like as we kind of return to a new normal. So just something to think about as you're going about your week. Have a great one. And more on this, by the way, at smartnews.com.